story time for you guys today. My name is Angie. I am the love of your life. If you haven't, make sure you subscribe and turn your post notifications on. We're just gonna do a story time today. I didn't write anything down in the notebook, so I don't have any coffee. So we're just gonna make some tea, sit down and chill and do a story time. I think it's very much needed. But when I talk about the narcissist, everything that I talk about that happened to me and only me, not no hearsay, what I think it is. No, I am here for the people that's waking up and the people that's yearning, like about to get up, arise. Um, so if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe and turn your post notifications on. Roll to 3K. So we're gonna do a story time today. Good morning, Scotty. That's my white chocolate. We was having difficulties, technical difficulties, child, on the other video. Was scratch that. We're gonna have some tea today because I don't have any coffee. Again, this video is for 18 years and over. If you're not 18 years and over, please exit the building. And remember, guys, this is my testimony. This is what happened to me. This is something that I know about and I seen, and when it happened, I didn't know about what was going on. But me looking back on it now that I know the red flags, I'm gonna execute this story and tell you my what I think it was, what I know it was, and what everybody have narcissists will just make one person look one way and they get off scot free. So I don't know if you guys want me to use the mic, or I'm going to. Matter of fact, I'm going to use these because this was been working for me. Let me do some tea right fast. Hey y'all. Okay, this finna be a story about the narcissist. All right. It's not about him. It's about this story is gonna be about when I talk from my experience, what I went through with my narc and his family. And I wanna say I don't believe anybody should get mad because they probably somewhere dog walking my name. They didn't ran my name up and get like up and through the mud through the railroad tracks. So I'm teaching people about narcissistic people, the narcissistic families, narcissistic patterns, and I got my son up out of that family to break a generational curse. Um, this is what happened to me. So if this is what happened to me, I feel like I could talk about it. This is my testimony. When you have a testimony, when you make it up and out and through stuff, you're at leisure to talk about it. I want to tell this story because I think I was missing this, and when I was going to write this lesson down today, this story just dawned on me like okay, all this took place when I was like 17 years old. I'm not gonna mention any names, people's, places, things, real names, identities. But this is like a good story, and I really want y'all to listen to this if y'all are trying to make it through a narcissistic uh relationship. Okay. When I first had my oldest son, I was about 17 years old. Now, my narcissistic ex, he had this uncle. Matter of fact, him and the uncle looked similar alike. The uncle was just older, and um, maybe my knock was maybe 21 at the time, 22. I was like 17. Now, his uncle had bought a house, right? Everybody in the Narc family, they was like scared of this uncle. They respected this uncle. He had all the money, he had the houses, da da da. I'm saying this because me laying back and reflecting on this last night, I'm like, yeah, I think my nerd wanted to carbon copy his uncle lifestyle. He wanted to really be his uncle. Cause me just laying down last night and I was thinking about this story about his uncle. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really putting two and two together, like comparing, contrasting them. I believe my narc wanted to be his uncle, like emulate everything what his uncle did, like just how narcissists do, copy every motherfucking thing you'll do, cause they want that image, they want that persona, they want that respect. You feel what I'm saying? And I was like, wait a minute. He did really want to be his motherfucking uncle in real fucking life, even real time with the house and shit we had bought. Check this out. I was maybe 17 years old at the time, right? The uncle had a house. The uncle had a big ass house, right? So the uncle had a house, and the uncle had like all his nephews living at the house with him. And my baby daddy was one of the nephews that was living out south in the house. You feel what I'm saying? So, the uncle bought a house. The uncle had nephews living at the house. So it was like an uncle and all his nephews at the house. Da, 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 da. So check it. After I had my um son and shit, right? What had ended up happening was his uncle he had all damn. The more I tell this story, the more I feel like man, he wanted to be his uncle. The uncle baby mama, they already had a daughter. You feel me? She turned around and moved in the house. They have another baby. The uncle leave the house and leave his baby mama at the house with all the nephews. Now listen, this is a story I'm reflecting back on and I'm walking into his family brand new. And these are the things they were saying about the girl. But now, today, I think about it, this is what they really did to me in real time. You see what I'm saying? Now, the uncle baby mama, they already had an older daughter. I guess she moved in the house with the nephews and the uncle. Listen, the uncle leaves the house. The uncle leaves the house, never comes back, leave the baby mama and the brand new baby in the house. Listen, they say she did not come out her room. She stayed in her room with the little baby, didn't eat, didn't sleep, just stayed in the room. They was like, this is what they said. This is what they told me. They was like, she's crazy. She's crazy. Now I'm gonna just say her name, cause fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say nobody else's name, but fuck that. Girl name was Tamika. Pretty as hell. She looked like, let me tell you, this lady was bad as hell. Just how Vanessa Williams looked, this is how Tamika looked. She had them green eyes, long hair. She was mixed. After she had that second baby by the uncle leave her at the house, never went back to the house, left his house, left the baby mama in the house with all the nephews surrounding her, watching her. They say she never came out the room just to use the bathroom and she went back in the room with the baby. Bam. So I after I had my son, I started coming around. They like, look, that's Tamika, that's such and such old girlfriend. She crazy. She crazy. I'm like, why is she crazy? They like because she had barricaded herself in the room. He left the house. He ain't never come back. Let me tell y'all, y'all gotta listen to what I'm finna tell y'all. The same motherfucking thing that I went through with my narc, his house, and how his mama and his little sisters were torturing me. When he was away from the house, he had his family there torturing me, watching me. I felt like a hamster in a cage. See, they did this shit for a living, y'all. This whole motherfucking narcissistic family, they been doing this shit. One leave, one come. One leave, everybody gets their turn. I'm telling you, they know their role and they play their role well. They are professionals at being a narcissist. They are professionals. Now, the girl probably was depressed. For one, she probably was going through postpartum. Now, me at 17, and they talking about, oh, Tamika crazy. I was like, man, they do sound crazy. You know what I'm saying? He just left the house. He ain't never come back. And she just barricaded herself in the room. But me putting myself in her shoes now, I know how she felt. She was protecting herself from the nephews. She knew the nephews were fucking demons. She knew the nephews were fucking devils. She probably was in that room thinking, how I'm finna get up out this situation. She probably ain't had nowhere to go. She probably ain't had nowhere to turn. You see what I'm saying? She probably ain't had nowhere to go. She probably ain't had nowhere to turn. So she barricading herself in the house. You know what I'm saying? Because she felt she probably was going through postpartum. She probably was clinically depressed. She probably trying to figure out why I just had a dude, a baby by this dude, and he leave me. Now she probably don't want to get close to none of the nephews. Cause she feel like she already know what you know what I'm saying. He probably then triangulated her with all the family anyway. So she probably did need help, she couldn't go to them and ask them. So when I came around, they was like, she crazy, she crazy, she crazy, da da da. But look, she had got real skinny. Her hair had fell out. She didn't look the same. People fail to realize Narcissists will have your ass looking like that because you will lose yourself. You'll be so stressed out. You'll be so stressed out. You'll be around surrounding the fly, you surrounded by flying monkeys. Now, I don't remember whatever really happened to the house, but I know that the uncle ended up selling the house. I don't know if he went back to live at the house, but I felt like um the way he left that house and left her, she probably slipped into being clinically depressed. Clinically depressed is when you don't want to get out of bed, you don't want to do nothing, you don't want to eat, you don't want to comb your hair, you start losing weight, you either overeat or you undereat. And from the looks of her, when I saw it, it looked like she started under eating, like she wasn't eating. He probably was, taking care of her financially. You see what I'm saying? So she probably didn't have a job. So she had no other choice but to stand in that room. Another similarity I see with her, me and Tamika, is the family was there surrounding her to watch her to make sure she didn't, you know what I'm saying, sh- she didn't have a life. She didn't get happy because they probably was draining and sucking her motherfucking energy like some energy vampires. The same shit I went through when my narc went at the house and everybody draining and sucking. The mama draining and sucking the energy and watching me. The little sisters draining my energy, sucking my energy and watching me while he right. So she probably was getting it from all angles. She can really probably go to none of the nephews and talk to them. So she probably ain't had nothing, she probably couldn't go and talk to none of the nephews because they was playing the motherfucking role. They're men. They probably was like, yeah, so when she come out that room and she need a shoulder to cry on, and I'ma slide something in her, you know what I'm saying? So she was probably fighting a lot of shit. Like I can't go out here and cry to one of them and they don't give you know what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck. They would have been ready to fuck. Like the it's a family of them. Now let me tell you, they didn't I tell you a long time ago? They be in competition, man. They sit around and say, well, you did that to your girl, I'ma do that. See, he would have won. My narcissist would have won with me. Cause see, they was thinking I was gonna commit suicide. You know what I'm saying? How I'm telling you and reflecting on a lot of their relationship. Now this one big ass family, bro. This one big ass family. See, they've been doing this for a long time, and it's some demons and some devils up in there. They've been doing this for a long time. So the girl ended up barricading and locking herself in the room, not eating, not coming out, some kind of way. Listen, I guess the girl ended up leaving. She ended up leaving. She ended up getting a job at the casino. She ended up getting a job at she was beautiful. When I say she looked like Vanessa Williams, man, she was beautiful. And when she used to come and drop her kids off, like on 4th of July and the holidays, everybody used to be like, they go Tamika crazy. Yeah, she crazy. See, that was the narrative that they put out that the girl was crazy. That's how I knew when I was first coming in the family. They like, and I'm like, why she crazy? She look real motherfucking pretty. She look drop dead gorgeous to me. Listen to me now, y'all. They like, yeah, she crazy because when our uncle left her, she barricaded herself in the room with a little baby and she didn't eat. She didn't eat nothing. And he left. He ain't never come back to the house. Now, me listening to that at 17, I would have been like, yeah, she kind of crazy. But me listening to that right now as a grown woman, that shit ain't right. It ain't she not crazy. Y'all labeling her as crazy to not talk about what he did to her and that motherfucking baby. He was a narcissist. He left her ass for dead. She could have killed her motherfucking self in that room with the baby. He didn't give a fuck. He wasn't coming back. Crazy for staying around too long. I don't know. I'm not gonna say how long she stayed in that room, but I know Tamika, she stayed in that room for enough for people to label her as crazy. She just had a baby, y'all. She probably was going through postpartum. You know, when you have a baby, you go through postpartum, you get depressed, and then on top of heartbreak, on top of you being in the house with a whole bunch of flying monkeys, you can't breathe, you don't know what to do, on top of a lot of factors. You see what I'm saying? My whole thing is me looking at the situation. I think my baby daddy want to be his uncle. I think they all be in motherfucking competition on who can inflict the pain on their girlfriend, they wife, they side chick, and they baby mama. I'm just telling you how it is. I feel like that's what they do for a living. Every time a big ass family like them and somebody bring their girlfriend in, I feel like everybody be standing around like, oh yeah, we finna stink our motherfucking teeth. This fresh meat, this is how I feel, and I'm standing on it. Cause it had been going on for too long and it's still going on. So it's either something ain't right in that family. That's why I keep saying I had to break the generational curse. For real, man. They like to play, they like to put their kids up against each other, man. For real. And that ain't right. I think I missed it. Who was the father, the uncle? I'm talking about my narcissist, one of his uncles, and I feel like he wanted to narcissist copy people so much that I felt like he was jealous of his uncle, and his uncle laid the blueprint out of who he wanted to be. He wanted to be his uncle. He wanted to dress like his uncle. He wanted people to respect him like his uncle. He wanted to have money like he had his uncle. He wanted to buy a house like his uncle had, and he wanted all his family members over his house around his baby mama, and they taking turns torching a motherfucker. I really do. It sounds weird, but facts is facts. It really do. It really do. I feel like they think it's fun. I think I feel like they think it's a sick game. I think it's fun whenever a man and they family go get somebody pregnant. I feel like it's fun for them to bring the baby on 4th of July, have the baby passed around, and everybody touches the baby. Like is that some kind of symbolism or a ritual that, oh, you got a baby by our cousin. Well, bring the baby over. We gonna be over here on such and such. Bring the baby over. Your baby got to be touched and passed around damn near 30 and 40 people. I'm just telling you the facts. You got beautiful eyes. What color are they? I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't. I don't know. When I put on eyelashes, they one color. When I don't have on eyeliner, they one color. When I have on eyeliner, they one color. When I wear red hair, they look light. When I don't wear red hair, they look dark. Child, I don't know. I'm just trying to tell my story. I really am. Don't nobody even be talking about my ass. The God honest truth. Don't nobody. I be talking to people every fucking day. I ain't never heard nobody say, "Oh, your ass pretty." I promise you. Can we get back to the story? Cause I want to know what people's opinions is about this story, bro. Cause I want to break this shit down like some Legos. Listen, and the more I start cracking the whip on this narcissist thing, I'm starting to really look at the patterns of his family. Mind you, my oldest son is 20 fucking 7 years old. So a lot of shit that they listen. I'm gonna go deeper and deeper, and I dare somebody to say something about it because I know for a fact they done sat around and talked about me like a dog. They didn't ran my name under the bus. What I'm speaking is about number straight facts. What I sat up and watched, and I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know it was normal, but I felt like I didn't want no parts of that shit. I ain't never want to be kicking the bubbles with the cousins. Now, if you had a baby by one of them, it was like a tradition where you bring the baby over at 4th of July with everybody out there. They get your baby got to be passed around. They did that with Samaje. They just, they was like, yeah, send Samaje over here. Da da. Listen, right hand up to God. Now listen to this. I dressed my baby. You know how I be dressing Samaje, suited and booted. Had his little boxes on, his pants, t-shirt on. It was kind of hot, but I wanted him to look cute. You feel me? My oldest son take him over there to the celebration. I get my baby back. He ain't got no clothes on. I say, what the fuck happened to his clothes? And why y'all back so quick? So my baby went to the park with them, came back with no clothes. I'm like, where's this clothes at? The narc say my oldest son took off the clothes. I'm asking my oldest son, what happened to his clothes? My oldest son said he took his own clothes off. He was hot. How? And he finna be 7 and I still have to help him dress. I digress. It's some kind of ritual where you have to, everybody who has a baby by them have to come to the park and your baby has to be passed around and looked at. And I don't know if they trying to see if the baby, yeah, if this one of us. No, this is not. I don't know what's that for. I'm also talk about something else that I never looked at until now. I knew it was odd when it was happening because I compared it to how my mama act. Another thing, um, when I first had my son, my narc, my narc mom said, "Let me see my grandbaby. Let me see my grandbaby." I said, "Okay, my baby wasn't even 6 weeks yet." So I came over her house too. She was like, "What you doing here? I ain't asked for you. I asked for my grandbaby." I'm a child though. I'm 17. This how a grown woman talking to me, my son's grandmother. She said, "I ain't asked for you. You could have sent your baby over here. You ain't you I wasn't gonna do nothing to your baby." Monday morning, they had a cordless phone. The cordless phone that sat on the base, Monday morning, she went to work and took the phone to work with her. So I'm in her house by myself without a phone. She had her house. It was one, two, three, four bedrooms upstairs. My narcissistic BD had one. The youngest boy had one. She had a bedroom, and she had three little girls, a set of twins, and the youngest little girl. They stayed in one room, all three little girls. Then it was her room. Then it was the baby boy, which he was probably like a senior in high school. And then it was my narcissistic baby daddy room, which, since I was over there, we're talking about my story. All them questions about tattoos and all that could wait. So, me and my narcissistic baby daddy. But this is what I began to notice. I started comparing his mother to my mother. You know how we are women, right? We are women, and say, for instance, you get off work, you're tired, and us as women, we take our pants off, and sometimes our panties be still be in our pants, and we, come out the leg. She always did that, but she left her pants and her panties in the middle of the floor. Like, let me show you. Let me see if I can show you. Take my pants off like this. But she had her panties. Like she had her panties in the inside, like with crust stains. And look, I swear to God, like she'll leave them right there. Listen, she'll leave them right there on her own floor. And I used to be like, why she don't pick that shit up? She got sons. The son used to come in her room. The other son used to come in her room. Her daughter, listen. I used to be like, why do she want her kids to see the crust in her panties? Why would she want anybody to see the fucking crust in her panties? Why the fuck she just don't pick her pants up and throw that shit and throw that shit in the dirty clothes? I just did that for example, so y'all can get a visual of what the fuck I had to see. You feel what I'm saying? I used to be like, why the fuck she just don't pick her stretch pants up or her pants up? Why is she leaving them open like that? So her kids could see her panty, the crust, the bodily fluid. Ain't no candy line in sight. Just cottage cheese. Cottage cheese. I swear to God, I'm. It sounds crazy, but I'm. Another thing she used to do wasn't nothing but her bra. Nothing but her bra. I felt like nothing but her bra. You got two sons in here. They one a senior in high school, the other one grown. Put a fucking shirt on. Put a fucking. I don't want to see that shit. I started going home to my daddy, my mom and my daddy, and I'm like, man, listen, why do my baby daddy mama carry on like this? Why do she flaunt herself around her sons like that. Listen, my son 27 years old, man. It's no way he can bring a girl through that door and I'd be comfortable enough to be sitting up in the bra. Yeah, this my house. Yeah, it's my house. It's no way. It's no way I be sitting up in my house waiting on my son's girlfriend. It was like we in secret competition or something. Like I can't date no trifling women. I can't listen. That's my whole thing. I think the mama was trifling as hell. Trifling. If that ain't trifling, I don't know what the fuck. I can't imagine my son getting grown and bringing a woman to the house and I'm in my panties. I mean, in my bra and got my panties flipped out. I can't. That's the whole thing about it is I was too normal for him. Going back, Angie, you think you're perfect, Angie. I'm not. I'm just fucking normal because the shit you was raised in. Look at this shit, and he's not gonna ever want nobody until he finds somebody just as trifling as his mama. He don't want them unless they're toxic and trifling like his mama. It's some sick shit going down in that motherfucker. That's crazy. Who are you talking about? If you ain't got it, if you, if you ain't got it, that's very dysfunctional. Right? Ain't no way. Do you have a sister? We're not talking about that. We talking about a story, okay? We talking about a motherfucking story of narcissists, and they might be a motherfucking coach. We not talking about me and my family. We talking about why do y'all always come on here and try to just switch the gears and have the whole conversation turn left? Like why? Why do y'all always twist and anyway, back to the story. Um, the whole thing about a narcissistic man is he don't want a good woman. He wants somebody just as toxic and trifling and low down as his motherfucking mama is. He wants somebody to join forces. He wants somebody to join forces with him to inflict pain on somebody like me. If he got a baby with a good woman and a baby, he find somebody that is trash. He's looking for somebody to join trash, just join forces with him to inflict pain and triangulate me with and control. me. That's what he's looking for. Oh no, I don't want no two goody two shoes. We trying to break the two goody two shoes. Now I already got one of them. He wants somebody just as trifling as his mama. That's why when I was telling you, the girl came to my house and she knew everything about me. First thing he said is, she been sitting down talking to my little sisters. My little sisters and them told her all your business. Remember I told y'all that he said that because a girl came to her house blowing to mess with, yeah, your mama did, your did that. And I say, how she know all my business? Is you laying down pillow talking with her? He like, no, my little sister, all y'all motherfuckers, whether it was you or your little sister, that's what the fuck y'all do. They do that with every woman. Any and every woman. It's a game to them. And when I'm trying to get y'all to know out here, when you messing with a narcissist, it be a bunch of them motherfuckers. It don't be just him. Fucking court with his motherfucking ass. I don't know. And I'm trying to see, is he like a motherfucking Mason? Something ain't. There's something demonistic about his motherfucking ass. Keep on trucking. Hey, honey. Hey, sorry I'm late. It's cool. I just left the recording studio an hour ago. You dropped them bars? Songs? You got some beats for me? Drop me a beat. Email me a beat. Continued success. Thanks for helping me, Angie. You're welcome. I've been listening. Wow, people can drive you crazy. They will try to drive you crazy. The thing about me is, they probably thought they had. You guys, they thought they had an easy target with me, and it was telltale signs how they all used to congregate and say, "Oh, Angie, Mama did. Oh, Angie, Daddy did." It made me not trust no motherfucking body because all they ass probably had a fucking insurance policy on my motherfucking ass. That's why they took their turns torturing me, inflicting pain just to show me, and you, if you need somebody to talk to, bitch, it won't be me because I'm not finna go against the narcissist because I want my 10 G's. I'm gonna play my part and I'm gonna play it well. So don't come crying to me, Angie. Please don't come crying to me because he told me to play a role and I'm his sister. I'm gonna play that role. He told me to play a role. I'm his mother. I'm gonna play that role. He told me to play a part and I'm his cousin. I'm gonna play the part. You don't know if they had a motherfucking $1 million policy. And as a matter of fact, my father died. His insurance person came over to my house because I didn't want to let the policies lapse that my father had on me. So the narc paid him off. It was probably like $300-400. He turned to the man and he said, "How much you would charge me for a $250,000 policy on Angie?" He said, "I can't do that." He said, "That don't even sound right." The man left. I'll never forget it. He was driving a sharp ass Cadillac. It was a coupe. The insurance man, the man called me. He said, "Man, are you married to him?" I say, "No, I'm not married to him." He said, "Well, he asked me and how much coverage he asked for you each." See, the man been knowing me because the man been knowing me forever because it was my father's insurance agent. So, you have insurance policies on your kids until they're 18. So the man had been coming to the house, faithfully every month, seeing me grow up. So when we moved in the house and when my father died maybe 2 months after me and the narc moved in our house. My father had, policies on me already, and I didn't want them lapse, so we paid them off. But the narc went to my father's insurance agent and said, "Yeah, I want to get a $250,000 policy on Angie." And my father's insurance person was like, "No, I can't. They don't sound like, are you guys married?" And he was like, "No, we're not married." When my father's insurance man left, he called me. He said, I want you to be careful because what that man asked me, it didn't sound right. It didn't hit right in my soul." And the thing about it is, now I'm speaking about it and I'm making it aware. Now he's probably trying to move on to Samaje. Like, probably try to use I think I missed it. Who was the father? My narcissistic baby daddy's uncle was the father, but my whole thing was that what that was, he wanted to be like his uncle so motherfucking bad. He wanted the respect. He wanted the money. He wanted everybody to brag on him that he had a house. It was like he was in secret competition to the only father he really knew in life. Period. See how you will raise somebody and give them everything, teach them wrong from right, give them a game, and they will end up hating your motherfucking ass and be jealous of you and be in secret competition with you the whole time. He hated his uncle. That's the one when I was saying that he was like, "Angie, take those Facebook pages down. My uncle saw that we had Masonic in our bathroom," and I'm like, "So what? Why? You used to stay in your uncle's house that he bought. Why haven't you brought your uncle to the house? Like, you're weird. What the fuck? Like, I couldn't understand it. Like, yeah, it's something ain't right with that shit." Black Power, you got beautiful eyes. They sound like a cult. I believe they are. You talking about sound like it. I believe they are. That's awesome. You have arachnophobia. Arachnophobia. You scared of spiders, right? What the fuck does arachnophobia have to do? You know what? Never mind. Never mind. I think y'all just be wanting to say big words and sound smart and think I don't know what the fuck they mean or something. Because I'm trying to correlate if we're talking about a narcissistic cult family, what the fuck of does your fear of spider? Now that's crazy. They waiting for that way. They treating women. They wilding for the way they treating women. Yeah, that's what the fuck they do. That's what the fuck they do. Hello, AT. Hey, baby. And shit. I never wanted to be in. And with God, you better get right with God. Better get in with God. Motherfucker ain't gonna be sacrificing me. Insurance money. Motherfucker won't be sacrificing my son, trying to make it look like it's an accident for no motherfucking insurance money. Oh, he was with my daughter. That's why he trying to introduce and creep his daughter in the whole scenario on the parenting app. Son ain't never met your daughter. Now you texting me through the parenting app. I showed y'all last week the screenshot. Oh, my daughter is asking about Samaj. You listen, bro. Don't try to sneak no guilt so you can pull on my heartstrings and say, oh, no, you're grooming them motherfucking kids to hate my son and do some shit to my motherfucking son because the other little boy ain't no kin to you, but you call him your son. Samaj his real son. So you grooming them kids. Yeah. I, I just know the room smell like cocoa butter and sweet cornbread muffins. That's crazy. That's very dysfunctional. Oh no, is this a ASMR? Yeah, it is. You're mad? Let me tell you something. I can't date no truck no more. I can't. Right, ain't no way. Good morning, Queen Angie. I love you. How are you? Beautiful. I got family that are Masons. They don't believe in God. I don't think these people, you know what? There you go. You just hit the nail. Let me tell you something that you say. Hey, you got family that's are Masons that don't believe in God. Bam. You just. I never heard anybody talk about God and their family. His mother-in-law used to talk about God. They labeled her as crazy. My narcissistic baby daddy mother. She used to have the Bible open and sit it on a milk crate. She had the Bible open and used to walk in my hallway. She had the Bible sitting on the milk crate. I think she knew her motherfucking son was a devil, was a demon, and she wanted to put it right in his face. And they labeled her as crazy. Just like they say I'm crazy now because I talk about God. So with them, you're labeled as crazy if you talk about God. What's that about? You're labeled as crazy, and now, yeah, go talk to God. You need God. Don't talk to me, Angie. Go talk to God because you need Jesus. You got Jesus. This is how they talk about you. You believe in God. Oh, Angie believe in God. She got Jesus. She's crazy. You're labeled crazy if you believe in God with them. With my narcissistic baby D. You're labeled as crazy if you talk about God. That makes them, that angers. How dare she? They think they're gods. It's like you're betraying them. Oh, she's talking about God. That's them. That's their attitude towards God. My narcissist, anyway. How you doing today? I'm doing good. And the gangs obey the Masons, sweetheart. I hope I don't get in trouble for saying that. What? But the thing about it is I can believe it, shit. I can believe it, shit. So, the motherfucker is he does. The motherfucker is. You have to prove how much you don't believe in God. Oh, that's why they talk about. That's why they talk about people so bad then when they believe in God. Imagine being around 50 of them and nobody ever mentioned God. Wow. That's what my oldest son is talking about. Wow. There we have it, folks. I just wanted to come to on here and get ready to go outside. It's cold, but I got things to do. I really gotta re-glue this mug. Keep that down. Really gotta re-glue it, but I'm not. Okay. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Oh yeah. Did I finish the song, the story with Tamika? Yeah, she ended up getting a job at the casino. She ended up having another child. She made it out that situation. Hopefully, through the grace of God. So, they probably think I'm real crazy right now because I believe in God. They believe if you can't beat them, join them. I would never go against God. They thought they had a for sure payday because I didn't have any family, and they wouldn't have had to explain anything to anybody. Angie was weak. She was sick. She was crazy. We broke up. She couldn't handle it. She didn't have any family, so she killed herself, and that's that. And by me being a black sheep of the family, they would have been like, yeah, Angie was, you know, man. Bitch, I ain't crazy enough to kill myself, so y'all know better than that. But see, We already established what kind of family that was, so probably when nobody would have went up against them. But that's that. Now I got my carry and conceal. Subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Turn your post notifications on. That way you get notified when I make a new video. Roll to. Always remember to do rights and kill everything.